So a non-disclosure agreement is essentially a confidentiality agreement. It's an agreement that will restrict anyone receiving confidential information from using that, except as otherwise provided in the agreement. So it's oftentimes a agreement we'll see very frequently with startups, and it comes at a number of different scenarios. I'll touch on it in a few moments. And as far as when you might expect using it, pretty early on. So what would be the benefit of using it, and why should you use it? Well, anytime the company or the founders are going to be disclosing anything that is proprietary or confidential, they want to be thinking about should they have a confidentiality agreement in place before they actually disclose the information. So examples might include you have 3 founders that have come up with a great new technology, and they're interested in starting a company and exploiting that technology. But they need to bring in a 4th person because the 4th person might be the technical person they'll need to get it going. Well, before disclosing their technology with this 4th person that could be added to the founders team, they really should think about having a non-disclosure agreement to enter into, because once you have that discussion and you've disclosed the technology, if you don't have anything protecting that person from then taking it and using it, you potentially have jeopardized your startup from the very beginning. That's certainly one instance of when you might want to have a non-disclosure agreement. Other instances include, and oftentimes we'll see them used, are scenarios where the company is going to raise funds, or there's going to be a potential sale of the business or sale of some technology of the business. Even with vendors, we've seen them where a company has a really unique technology that they want to try to sell to a vendor. Or to provide to a vendor that then goes and services other companies. So that relationship would be one where you'd want to protect the information you're going to be disclosing. So the first thought would be, if you're disclosing anything that has a lot of value that's not known to the public and that you want to protect, that's when you should be thinking about a non-disclosure agreement. Should you have a non-disclosure agreement with investors? It really depends on the investor. A number of investors won't sign non-disclosure agreements because, if you can imagine, they're meeting with prospective investees or companies they might invest with on a regular, sometimes daily basis. And if they had to manage the number of non-disclosure agreements that they signed, it would pretty soon balloon into a very cumbersome management process for them. So some, just by policy, refuse to sign any non-disclosure agreements. So you have to be careful. You should vet your investors just like they vet the startups. And if they've got a good reputation in the community and they've been known to invest in other ventures and you can get references, then certainly we've seen a lot of companies that will not have a non-disclosure in place before they talk to a potential investor.